and then we're gonna start chopping this up. But this one is for the chosen ones. I always make content for my chosen ones. Um, us empaths out there that are born into families that are the children of God that are set to break generational curses. And we have opposition and people strategically placed in our lives to stop that. You know what I mean? To stop us from ever accomplishing what we are supposed to accomplish. Whether it's family vendettas where you're the child of a sibling and they don't want you to succeed, or they basically, we're under attack by children of the enemy. And you were their last straw. And this is what I'm going to get into today. If you want to donate to the channel, the Cash App information is down below. We also hit like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. Share it with somebody who may need it, because we need to get this information out to people who do not know, because they need to have this information. It could save somebody's life, because there's a lot of chosen ones out there that are getting unalived by people that they thought they could trust, who were only out to destroy them. What's up, Jennifer? Thank you for being to the live today. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about you were their last straw, because some of these people have been skating for some time while attacking you and many others like you, and they had you close to them in their life as a test. It was a test to you, and it was a test to them. And these people failed. These people failed their test. And now that the chosen ones are rising up, the clock is already ticking on humanity, and the times are ending right now. So we all know that. I'm going to assume we all know that. But these people have been skating by for so long, doing this to everybody they come across. But when they met you, this time is different. What's up, baby? My puppy's in here. But we're going to get into it in a minute, guys. This is where it's at, because there is, people can only skate by, and these, I'm talking about children of the enemy, they can only do this for so long. They got a season like everybody else. Like growing plants, it has a season. And like it's winter time now, unless you're growing winter vegetables, like, but everything has a season. It has a cycle. You're born, and then there's a time when you die. It says that in the Bible. So these people think that they an exception to the rule, when they're not. They think they know more than God. And see, this is that pride, that ego that they live in, is one of the most major deadly sins. And it goes on. They're allowed to live in this ego, in this false reality, in this false self for so long that they think they never gonna get caught. They never gonna get caught up in the game. But the streets eat people all the time. And in the spiritual world is eating people all the time too, who think they God, who think they know more. All the time. And see, this information like this, that's why I want you guys to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Because this kind of information right here is gonna save somebody's life. Once they know what power they hold. That way they have enough information to look at the situation of their life in a different perspective. I mean, because I know I used to get really annoyed with these people coming after me all the time. It used to bother me. Now, not so much. Because I know what's at stake. This is way bigger than me. This is way bigger than me. And these people are starting to know that too, because everybody who's coming to these lives and watching these videos and consuming this information and implementing it in their life, the people who are out there under attack for you, those people who are assigned to you in life, they know it too. They can see the change. They know there's just certain things you ain't putting up with no more. They know this. But once you realize that it's bigger than you and it's bigger than me, now you can do what you got to do. Because it ain't personal. It ain't personal. It's business. This business. I'm going to have to peel you back spiritually for my Father, because you earned this. This was coming. This was coming. But you were their last straw, because they had been doing this to other people. Hey, D Green, what's up? Thank you for being here. Christelle, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. This is the thing. They have been skating by doing this kind of crap to everybody. Some people back down. Some people just ran away and hid. But the fact that the chosen ones is now standing up and saying, "Nah, we're not doing this. We standing up for God," which means that Jesus, Yeshua, will stand up for us in heaven. He will defend us before the Father. These people down here, these kind of people ain't defending nobody. They defending their own self-interest. That's what they defending. All the way to their last breath. They defending their self-interest. And then they wonder why the hat man comes into their hospital room right before they go. Or they see some dark, shadowy figure in the corner. Because I study all content, y'all. And I'm pretty sure y'all that way too. Once your eyes was open to this kind of information, you was like, yo. So you start going down a rabbit hole. We're gonna take the red pill and see how far the rabbit hole goes. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So we just consuming information, and the Spirit of God that lies within us, the Holy Spirit, goes through that information and tells us what we need to know and what we need to throw away. But we gotta have that connection with God, and that's what we have. And these narcissists out there know that too. They know it. They know it. They're like, oh, the game done changed. The game done changed. And it's not looking good for them because they already know they're on the losing side, but they're on the easiest side too. Because see, God's side is way more difficult. That's why a lot of people don't choose it. The devil can give you something instantly because he's going to use you up, burn you up, and toss you to the side. And then you're going to be down there with him for eternity, so he already got you lock, stock, and barrel. You become of no effect to him after a certain point. And now that the chosen ones are waking up, they know that daytime is about over because they were supposed to do certain things and they haven't done them. Okay, guys, but I'm gonna get into this. If you wanna donate to the channel, the Cash App is down below. There's also the super chats, guys. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Send this to somebody who may need it. But this is why you were the last straw. And these narcissists out here, these toxic people, they know that, especially if you're in close dynamic with these people, like in family situations or marriage. And certain moves you start to change the dynamic on the chessboard. They realize that you now know who you are, and you are deliberately not entertaining their drama. What's up, Air Max Tycoon? I like that, Air Max Tycoon. I like that. Now that they know that you know what the game is, and you're not entertaining that, they know that something in the spiritual realm has just shifted. Because these tactics they use on you, they used on a lot of people. They've used this on countless other people before you, probably at the same time while they were doing it to you. And usually when somebody stands up, they scare them back, or they get people to gang stalk them and try to get them to react so that it looks like they're crazy so they can discredit the person. But you have this information so you don't move like that. And they're trying their best, but they know something in the spiritual realm has changed within you. And it's not like anything else they've seen before. So that's why you are the last straw. Because they can feel the wagon circling around that ass. They can feel it. They can feel it. Because this didn't happen with all the other people they've been burning before you. First thing, they realizing you're not nobody to play with. All before now, in the heyday of the relationship or when it was new, they do that drastic love bomb where they love bomb you and make you feel like you are so desirable. And then they start their BS. Then they start chipping away at your self-esteem, your belief in yourself. They start chipping away at your belief in God because you under the assumption that you're a cursed individual. So if God's got made me an enemy, then why won't I be an enemy to God? But see, that's what they wanted from you. They wanted you to make God your enemy and be on their team, but you never did, and you went through the mud because of it. By them and all their cronies and minions and all that, you went through it by all of them. And you still stayed on the other side. But now you have information you didn't have before. And now they're starting to see that out of all the other people in their past that they done did this to, they can't get away with it with you. Now you meeting them head on like, okay, if this is war, for the first 20 or 30 years or whatever the situation was, you had the upper hand because I didn't know what I was dealing with. What's up, Miss Choi? What's up? And hey, Jennifer. What it is that you have this information now. And they're going to keep coming at you after you no matter what. They ain't going to stop. Because you are their entertainment. You are the center picture in that mural of a psychopath. You are the middle picture. Which means that all this other stuff they doing, where you going, where you eating, who friends you hanging out with, what store you shop at, You the center on that crazy board in that basement by that serial killer or that stalker or psycho or whoever it is. So now that you have this information, you move accordingly. You don't let everybody in. You don't hang around with anybody. But see, they've done this kind of stuff to people before and got people to run and hide. And now the chosen ones are saying, nah, it is what it is. And you've always been a true speaker. That's why they decided to make you the one they was going to label crazy. Because you know too much. You know too much. So if they can discredit you in front of everybody else, then it's just going to sound like the ravens of a lunatic. But you and that person and that narcissist know better. But they want to keep everybody else from seeing it. But now we at this day in our life where social media. So we can tell what the situation is and give it to everybody out there and let you guys make your own decision. But when when everybody starts telling their story, the stories start to line up in a very peculiar way. But very peculiar way. And there's a lot of people all over the world that's having the same thing happen to them. But these people don't know each other. So we own to something and they know that. And they can't scare us in to backing down. That means this is something from the spiritual realm. Because if we were supposed to be gone, the narcissists would have had us dead already, one way or the other. Either unaliving yourself or putting you in a situation where something happens and it's a misfortunate situation. But it's always to the chosen one, the one with the brightest future, the one with the prospects. All of a sudden, the hero that was going to make it out of this small town don't get out. We know that story. We know that story very well. Hollywood's been making a killing off of that damn story. But see, the thing of it is that we are the main character. The blind side. All of that stuff happened to that kid because he was set to pop. That's what the chosen ones are. We set to pop. That's why they have to work in such a way. But they've been doing this for a while. They've been working on you for a while. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, they've been working on me for a while too. Even people you don't even realize, and it's worse when it's in your own family. But a lot of times that's where it'll be at. Because the system is set up in such a way where the people in power want to stay in power. The older people in the family, they want to stay in power. And they want their pick of who's going to be their successor. They want the pick of who they're going to choose to take on the reins and control the dynamic of the family. And you wasn't on the list. But spiritually you are. That's why they go after you the way they do. That's why. That's why. You the one with the credentials. But they like everybody else but you. And see, now they know you're not to be played with because they got away with this with a lot of people. But not with you. And now you're standing on business. And the little stuff that they did in the past that work ain't working no more now, huh? So they starting to feel the scales of justice starting to tip a little bit. And now they worried at the same time. So they got to do a cleanup job really fast. They got to do a cleanup job. They need a table for 12. They need a cleanup crew to come in there. But it's not going to happen because they can't play with you. They haven't been able to kill you yet. Because that's the overall goal. If they could have got rid of you and unalived you in some way, that's the overall goal. But they ain't did that yet. There's a reason for that. Because there's nothing that doesn't happen without a reason. The sun comes up and goes down every day for a reason. Everything has a reason. And see, these people assume they're God. They're going to behave as God. But they still under the understanding that God never answered them. But now they know God answers you. So what about you is special that God talks to you, but he don't talk to me? Which makes them even madder. That's how it goes. But they know you're not to be played with because you got God. And you standing on business and letting them know, okay, you coming at me, so let's do this. But they know you got the Almighty. God can do anything he wants to. This is the devil's playground, but God runs everything. God allows certain things. But this is not the devil. The devil only has what God gives him. What's up, F. McKeon? What's going on? Thank you for being here. The devil has dominion, but God say, well, go. If he say no, it's no. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to do as chosen ones, y'all. When we say no, we got to mean that. Nah, we're not doing this. Because they do not have shame. They will push in every boundary you have. They will get all up in your personal space on purpose. But see, now the game's changed. Now we're not doing this. I'm gonna need you to give me 50 feet. Like, I'm gonna need you to back up because you are way too close to me right now. And see, that's the thing. These people know this now. So you ain't to be played with. That's why they're trying to use everybody to get in group because, okay, this one right here is gonna be kind of hard to break. They play all these games in your life. They've been playing games for years, even before we really knew what was going on. All we knew is that between that love bomb and when they really showed their true face, something changed. They ain't the same person they was. But we fighting and giving them chance after chance because of our empathy, but we don't never see that person we saw in the initial love bomb. It's always a lesser, more degraded version of the same thing. It's like you start to realize that buyer beware. This is not the way. This don't look the way it did in the store. This don't look the way it did in the store because that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to project this image, and then you spend your time going back and forth with this person, trying to see the person you originally saw, but you never see it. You just see a more degraded version of that person. They're not as happy. They're not as cheerful. They're not as optimistic. Matter of fact, they start to get downright mean and nasty, and then the cycle starts all over again. If you want to donate to the channel, guys, the Cash App information is down below. Super chats are available as well, guys. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. What's up, Shawana? Glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. This is what it is. So they've been playing games throughout your life, and they've been playing games with a lot of people. Like, these people don't have a purpose. They just get up just looking for somebody to bother. So they've been doing this for a while in your life, and now you standing up, and a lot of people didn't. So they're like, okay, these tactics usually work on people that we want to shut up before. So what's going on here? And how do they know all this information about us? They didn't know this before. And now they're telling other people. So the enemy, the demon that they got this deal with, this Faustian bargain with, is like, listen, you didn't get the person you said you was going to get. And on top of that, he waking up, or she waking up other chosen ones. This don't look good for our army. So now, they didn't get the objective, which was you. And the person that they didn't get is now waking up other people. So their army numbers are getting thinner and thinner. These people going to be in trouble. So you are all they think about. That's what the obsession is. There's never going to be a show on TV more entertaining than your life. Never. Never. So, I mean, if they're going to be in your business like that, let's give them something to see. Let's give them something to see. And see, that's where it is right now. They done hurt countless other people. They done hurt countless other people. But a lot of people ain't coming back and fighting back. They wasn't planning for this. And a lot of these narcs, they talk a good game, but they give you the abuse that they couldn't endure themselves. They couldn't put up with that. I mean, they literally had something happen to them in their early developmental stage that made them say bye-bye to reality. They took that deal from the demon. If you give me your life, you'll never hurt again. And they took that deal, so they've been in la-la land ever since. But we've been fighting brass knuckles. What's up, Aware Toy? Aware Tay. Yeah, Aware Tay. What's going on? All praises to the Most High, yes. But see, this is the thing. They've been giving you the business for years, but they couldn't handle this. Something happened in their early childhood where they said bye-bye to reality. But you have been dealing with this kind of stuff since childhood and have not turned your back on the Creator. So now the Creator's talking to you and talking through you to other people. So now they're in real trouble because the Creator's against them because of the way they live their life. What's up, Santana? The Creator's against them, and the demon they made this deal with is getting kind of pissy too because this chosen one is waking up other people. So you kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. So by us chosen ones getting this out to these to other chosen ones, we all can be protected and just run out the clock. Run out the clock because the game is almost over. We all can see that, and they know. Because the more times they try to gaslight, gang stalk, and get around you with all this persistent energy, you know they're scared. The pressure's on. But we've been dealing with this forever. All we got to do is run out the clock We already know how the story ends. The story has already been told how it ends. All we got to do is endure to the end. That's what the books say. We got to endure to the end. And that's what's going to happen. But see, these people are freaking out because everything they know to be true, that they are the center of the universe, ain't looking that way now, is it? These narcissists, it's like they were the center of the universe. But it ain't looking that way now. They delight in wickedness. They enjoy putting stumbling blocks in other people's way. Black Zen Zoom. I'm sorry, I won't get that name right, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for being here. They delight in wickedness. They enjoy causing problems in people's life. I couldn't understand that for the longest time. Because as a chosen one in the empath, I thought everybody wanted to see everybody do well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I may want something positive to happen like that to me, but I'm not knocking them for getting it. Good for them. You know what I mean? Everybody gets their turn. And I hope they enjoy it. But these people literally go out there to see who they can destroy. That's scary. That's really, really scary. But they think that it's all in the bag until time starts running out, because no man survives life. We all gonna die in this one. Ain't nobody getting out of life alive. The road still ends in the same way. So why would you not at least try to help yourself? Because none of us know what happens on the other side. Why would you not give yourself every chance to win? But no, these people think they are God until the day they find out they ain't. And they know by chosen ones moving the way we moving now, something different. Something different. And they scrambling to get at you. They're scrambling to get at you because they need to know exactly what you know. But they can't get their hands on you. In turn, their father, the devil, can't work through them to attack you. But they delighted in wickedness for all of their life. And I just couldn't understand the fact that somebody would literally go out there and want to see another person suffer. That never sat well with me, which is probably why I went through what I went through for so long. But God wakes all of us up in our own time. Everybody got their own time and season. And one day, there's that epiphany moment where they show it in movies where the person is sitting there and everything just kind of, all the cards get laid out. And you like, whoa, this is what I've been going through? Oh, hell no. And then those are when the changes start. And these people, these narcissists know when the chosen one has got to that point, that means God is communicating with them. Now they're active. They're online. That thing was sitting there docile for a minute, and then all of a sudden it came online. That means something's getting ready to start happening. And they know that every time they see you, they see that you are online and there's something that's getting ready to happen, and it's not going to fare well for them. That's what it is. You were their last straw. And see, they've been getting away with it with other people. But with you, it ain't the same no more. They know this. They know this. And everything's wrapping up to the end. Because the same way we as chosen ones get God telling us to do this and behave this way and move this way and don't entertain this, the enemy's talking to them too. And they can't get no information from us because we got them at 50 feet. So the same mischief and craziness that they put into your life, their mind is doing that to them because you ain't around. They can't get a handle on you. So the same mischief that they give and put out in other people's lives is now being mischief inside of their own mind. And they already unstable to start with. So what do you think that's going to do? Madness is going to ensue. That's why these people always do this kind of stuff, and then eventually they do something stupid and foolish, and it shows their hand. Because they can't help it. They've always been meddling. That's their nature. But they don't realize when the shift is happening. That's why they got to get next to you, because you see from the other side, and they need that intel because God can be everywhere. The enemy can't. So they only know what information they can get from somebody attached to you. God is there with them while they talking about you, while they slandering your name out there, while they doing all of this stuff, these frauds and different things like that. God is there. But the enemy can only get access to your information unless he got somebody that is an open vessel next to you to get that information. And God is telling you now who's the real one and who's the fake one. So good luck with that. They actively go out. These narcissists actively go out and harass children of God. Because basically they're mad and their arms are too short to box with God, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But see, I always remember reading that Bible, and it would say the great and terrible day of the Lord. And in my mind's eye, I could see my own interpretation of what that day would look like. And I swear I did not want to be on the other side of that. The great and terrible day of the Lord, and knowing that I went out there and attacked the children of God, did everything you could to destroy them. And you going to stand there before the Creator? That's a scary day. And when they see you, you remind them of that. So unfortunately, chosen ones, we carry this thing where we inspire a lot of change in people. We make people better. But we also show them the fear of God because they know that what they doing has not been right for a very long time. And if you ain't messing with them no more, if they gonna be obsessed with you, and every time they see you, you gonna confound their soul because they in trouble. They in trouble. And sometimes those emotions boil over with them trying to get at you because you remind them of where the hell they going. Every day of your life. But they can't turn the TV off. They zombies, they stuck on that tube. And the only thing on that channel is you. So one minute they love what you're doing, the next minute they're trying to steal from you, the next minute they jealous of you, the next minute they mad at you, but you remind them that in the end, they know they're going. It's over. But they can't look away. It's like riding past a car crash on the highway. You don't want to look, but you have to. They compel to look. And we just thinking we regular people out here, right? No, we not. Nah. No, we not. But they have a judgment pronounced on them, and every time they look at you, you remind them of the judgment they got coming. And they're not well about it, but they can't look away. They glued to you. And it's weird because I never noticed this side of the chosen ones until I started learning and going through my spiritual awakening. And I was like, I don't understand the obsession with somebody because if I don't like something, I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like socializing, I'm not going to socialize. I'm just not doing it anymore. But there's some people who have this, like a moth to a flame kind of situation going where they just can't. They just obsessed. And it's sad, really. It's really, really sad because if I don't like something, I don't like it. No harm, no foul. That's not for me. That's for somebody else. I'm not in their demographic, whatever. I don't care. But I'm not going to obsess over something I don't like. These people have no choice. It's like they're wired wrong. Wrong and hard. It's like it's an old castle. Hundreds of years old, but the wiring is all shot. Everything in there can go wrong. There's nothing you can do with that. That's a money pit. Just like the Tom Hanks movie, Money Pit. It looks big and nice and pretty, but that's going to consume you. Because there's always something going on in their psyche. And they do that. They put it in the chosen one's lives to make their lives chaotic. But when the chosen one pulls back and takes their power back, that same mischief that they gave to you is going to start tormenting them. So they know they got a judgment. And by you pulling back, the psychosis and the craziness is starting to get higher and higher. And they can feel the pot boiling. They can feel the pot boiling. They are the frog, and you just turn that pot up ever so slowly, and God's turning that pot up, and then people around them are going to start saying, look, this don't seem kind of right. Like, I don't understand what this is. And it's going to happen, but they know the judgment's coming. So they're scrambling, and their last-ditch effort before complete psychosis takes over to try to get you back under control or try to get you back in the fold so that they can stave off this karma they got coming for them. And it's so... And now we chosen ones realize how heavy a purpose we have. What we here to do. What's up, blessed one? But see, then that's probably not, that's blessed one. I see what you're saying. that's probably not the church you want to be in. See, because I do my studying at home. Because I don't have time for the preachers talking about, give me your rent money. I want to connect to what you're saying. I don't need a performance. I can go to theater for that. But see, this is the thing, and that's why the narcs sit up in the church. Because what they do is they get you in a frenzy of emotion. And it's like once you're emotional with that music and the choir and everything, narcissists feed off of that. That's why they look for empaths and chosen ones, because we have emotion. It's like, I don't know if it's like a dinner bell. Everybody getting all passionate, and then they know exactly who the chosen ones are. And then they always seem to be, and then they either, it's the weirdest thing because nobody really, I don't know. I mean, there are good churches out there. I'm not saying they are not. There are some really good churches out there. But the ones I've been to kind of take away from you getting closer to God, in my opinion. So I like to study at home. But see, these people, these narcissists know you the child of God. Even before you know it. They know it already. So they go ahead and get into position in your life, whether they're your camp leader or something like that. They're always somewhere in your life because they're appointed and tied to you. But once you say, okay, no more, this ain't happening no more. I see what this is. And you start moving for the purpose of God, God's going to move for the purpose of you. And they know that. So their judgment is pronounced on them and they starting to freak out a little bit. Because you that lightning rod. Every time they see your face, they know that this is about to get real. It's about to get real. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until it's not, right? It's all fun and games. Then they're going to start having their troubles. These narcissists are going to start having their troubles start to compound on them. It's going to start rolling. Like the same stress they put out to everybody else is going to start happening to them. Because they can't affect your life anymore. So they're not meeting their requirements with their demon. And the demon going to get somebody. Somebody going to get tortured. Somebody going to get tormented. What's up, blessed one? The demon got to go after somebody. So if the demon can't go after the chosen one because they've already allowed themselves to be exposed, the demon going to turn on them. One way or the other, it's going to eat. But they chose this side. But their troubles are going to come from left, right, and sideways. Their kids having this. We got trouble with the bills here. Trouble with this. Trouble with that. And it's going to start boiling. And these things are going to keep coming and amping up. And a lot of these people have a lot of dirty secrets. And they don't want any of them to come up. But they ain't going to be able to do nothing about it. They're not going to be able to do anything about it. Because this is the lifetime of seeds they have sown. And at the same time, when them chosen ones get that divine appointment, because I had to look into that, all of this is for something. And see, what it is that when you start removing yourself from these people's worlds, and they have no access to you, and you starting to see the go-betweens between you and this person, they'll send somebody in just to keep tabs on you, and you start moving this way, there's a reward coming for you. And they know there's a judgment coming for them. Because one side is positive and one side is negative. And I think anybody with half a brain can tell who's on the right side of this situation. They even know who's on the right side of the situation. But they can't help themselves. So they skate, they on a boat and they just cruising, going down a river, and there's a damn waterfall at the end. They see it there, but they ain't nothing they can do to stop it. And by them obsession over you, they actually rowing themselves towards the side of this waterfall. That's what it is. But they compounding troubles. The few allies that they are going to have, because a lot of people are going to step up because they're going to tell these people that you losing your mind or you out there lying. I think there's something wrong with you, this, that, and the other. So these people are going to believe them for a time. And then after time goes on, God's going to start waking different people up through you. The people that was rocking with them ain't gonna be rocking with them no more. They're gonna be like, you know what, this is a little too hot for me. This is too hot for TV, Dave Chappelle. This is too much. And they're gonna start looking at it for real, and they're gonna start backing up from these narcissists. They're gonna start backing up ever so slightly because they've all been in this cabal together for quite some time. But they're gonna be like, okay, the Spirit of God is going to start speaking to them like, look, you on the wrong side of this. You might want to start changing. So these people going to start backing up. These allies they got going to start backing up ever so slightly. People going to begin to fall away because the whole thing they built their whole life on was mischief and how they look to everybody else. But once God cracks that ego and starts shedding away those unnecessary pounds off that ego, people gonna start backing up. They're gonna be like, you know what? I gotta call it. I gotta call it. I can't do this no more. And people gonna do this. Their allies are gonna do this at their own time. At their own timing. They're gonna start saying, you know what? I don't want no more of this. I want no parts of it. That's detrimental to them. Once that ego breaks, there's nobody underneath that ego. There's nobody there. There's no person there. Because that's already been pawned off to the underworld. So they're going to start freaking. And then those same demons that need blood to feed, and they had the chosen one in their life, no longer has a chosen one. So that demon has to torment somebody. Where you think he's going? Where you think he's going? They're going to start becoming isolated because a lot of people are going to start seeing that they not who they claim to be. And they're going to start backing up off of them. Because they're going to be like, look, this can only go one or two ways. And they can already feel the wheels of justice starting to turn. They're going to start to realize that people ain't rocking with them like that no more. Something ain't up. Something's not right with them. And they're going to be like, you know what, maybe. And they're going to start hearing things. And they're going to start putting two and two together because God's going to move on all of these people's hearts. Because a lot of these people may not be narcissists that are doing the gang stalking for the narcissists. Some of these people's hearts may be in the right place, but their minds have been captured by the enemy. They're going to start to see it, and God's going to speak to them on their own heart at different times. And these people going to back away from these narcissists like, maybe I'm on the wrong side of this. Something don't smell right. There's something in the water here. I don't know what it is, but this right here feels very, very wrong. So I'm going to take stage left. I'm going to leave. And that's what they're going to start doing. And narcissists hate this because you know what? They need people to validate their existence. So basically what you did was you snatched the IV out their arm and unplugged the machine on them because they're going to start going down like that. And all them people that keep propping them up is because you were the last straw. And when they played with you, that set off a chain of events that unfortunately ain't going to turn out well for them. Lemony Snicket, a series of unfortunate events, and it's all playing out, and because they're watching you, and you were the one that did it all. You did it all to them. And so these people going back away, so now these narcissists don't have the supply that they need. They don't have nothing to make them feel like they're a person, that they're a real person, you know what I'm saying? So basically you cut their lifeblood off. God did it through you. And these other people are being woken up because God's waking these people up to say, look, you might want to back away from this one because judgment is coming and you do not want to get caught in the backdraft. I would say you better go now. And that's what's going to start to happen. And then finally, y'all, this is the last point. They're going to have a full narcissistic collapse. They're going to completely shut down. But when they shutting down to the point where they don't want to get out of bed, it's like they got mono, the lights is, the curtains are down, the lights is off. It's just pure T misery. While that's happening, the chosen ones are going to start to get rewarded for what they endured by this person. So they not going to just disappear off the planet and God's going to exact his judgment and they gone. No, they got to see that everything they did in your life didn't have no effect. It ain't go nowhere. So they got to watch you come up while they come down. And once they get a good hearty stomach full of that, that's when the hat man gonna show up and collect. But they already knew where they was going. So do not feel bad about what these people are going. Do not feel bad about what these people are going through because they earned it. But just be indifferent. That ain't got nothing to do with you or your walk with God. God is using you to teach them something. Thank you, Butterfly. Thank you so much. God is using you to let them know that their time has come to an end. It's over for them. But they knew this going into the game. So you don't have to carry that guilt of what these people are going to go through. Because they damn sure didn't carry it when they was putting you through it. And God is working through you. And as a chosen one, you know that. Because you get ideas from the creator that you was like, that just came out of nowhere. I can't believe I just came up with that. All the time. That's God working through you. That's God working through you. These people have been aware of this since you was little. Since you was little. You just out there living your life, being happy, enjoying your life. And these people watching you, they always off to the side. And they pissed. Instead of working on themselves and harnessing that ability and that light within themselves, they mad at you for having it. They mad at you for having it. Like you got some control over that. Like I'm pissed off with you because you got green eyes. Like you got any damn control over that. That's the foolishness. But see, when they made that deal with that entity that came to them and said, I can make your life better than it was, like Snoop's song. Nah, if you give your life to me, I'll make sure you never hurt again. Oh, you still gonna hurt. Because demons lie. That's what they do. But they knew what the game was when they went in there and made that deal. That Faustian bargain. That deal with the enemy. They knew that. And then it's not like they made a bad choice and they regret it. They spent their whole life doing his work. Knowing they was doing wrong. And consciously pretending to be somebody else in public. Just to cover up their misdeeds. So not only did you commit the sin, you relished in the sin, spent a lifetime doing the sin, and tried to make it look like you were blameless. You know how many sins that is that reach heaven? And now God is getting ready to move on them after their season of comfort and misdeeds. And he's using you to do it. So we all as chosen ones have to be aware that we are very, very important. We are very polarizing. We either hot or cold with these people, depending on where they at that day. That's why we have to be protective of who the hell we around, where we go, and all of that. We do not want to be caught unaware because we are very, very important out here. And that's what I want all of us chosen ones to know. We are very, very important. Guard yourself at every pass and protect yourselves, guys. If you want to donate to the channel, the Cash App is down below. Thank you, Butterfly. Super chats are available, guys. This is Intuitive, Anthony. I'm getting ready to go, guys. Until I talk to you again, guys. But I'll be doing lives Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m., guys. But I appreciate all y'all being here. But remember, if you like it, I love it. But remember, these narcs out here, cold-blooded, y'all. Take care of yourselves and be safe, y'all. Peace.